listen, this almost conspiracy theory sort of link with the way they're talking about stuff that gets blown up on these boats. Again, whether it's fish or cocaine or fentanyl or just
Mary
people who fucking
Jane, who
knows.
knows? Or just
Mary,
people, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, just people, yeah, Mary Jane, people, whatever, yeah, shit you could get delivered to your fucking door right now for free if you're in the St. Louis area. Uh, you know, that might not be part of the justification at all, or like, sorry, not the justification, but the reasoning at all for Trump's what seems to be a sprint into international conflict, potentially war. Um, there are actually a lot of things going on in the Trump administration right now that make them look weak as fuck. And I just want to cover this little list
Yeah,
of things that I have here really quick that are all
please.
things that the Trump administration, if we were looking at, let's say, pre Bush, so Clinton and before to
Yeah.
about the 60s, you could probably say that if a president was talking about going to war with a country like Venezuela or kidnapping their president or whatever the fuck, they'd probably be trying to distract from some sort of controversy like, let's say, Jack Smith testimony that was released, the transcript of that testimony released by Jim Jordan on New Year's Eve, oddly enough.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I don't know if they're trying to cover this up or anything like that, but this testimony clearly indicates that Trump overtly planned and cooperated with other people to start an insurrection on
Mhm,
January 6th,
mhm.
2021, and that he
Yeah,
stole
has
classified
receipts and
information.
everything's and yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. Literally brings fucking receipts for the planning of said fucking insurrection,
yeah,
type activity, and also fucking equally well-documented receipt brought, indictment on, classified documents
yep.
in the fucking bathrooms and wherever,
Just
just
snatching
fucking
up
scattered
classified
around.
documents on the way out the
Yes.
door and fucking leaving them wherever the fuck for anybody to
After a
fucking look
decade
at.
of screaming about fucking buttery emails and shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Jesus
Yep.
Christ, it is too fucking on the nose. Like,
Exactly. Yeah. It's like
Mhm.
it couldn't be any more blatant. So that could be, I don't know. Again, if you're a president from a previous era, that could be one of the things you're trying to distract from with this incursion into Venezuela, taking out a, a, a leader of a country who nobody is particularly
Yeah,
fond of, and so nobody's going to jump in the way of those bullets, right?
exactly. Yeah. Easy target, I suppose, in that regard.
Uh, he could also be maybe trying to distract from a preliminary decision from the Supreme Court that says you are going to need to pull back your deployment of the National Guard into U.S. cities, deployment that you're using to subjugate and humiliate and kidnap people off the streets and
That's
and
okay. Yeah,
and
that
force
one's
them
not
into
gonna
places
hurt
like
him.
Alligator Alcatraz, black sites basically on U.S. soil.
That is easy enough for them to step away from, because you can reallocate those troops to states that aren't gonna put up any legal fucking objections to it. Take it to friendly states, send
Tennessee,
all those
for example,
Tennessee, Texas, you name it,
Tennessee is
wherever.
actively happening in.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Anyway, yeah, so continue to do exactly that shit right there, while amplifying the presence of ICE and other fucking even more discreet, goons that you have in
Mhm.
these other areas where you need to exert that influence, where you can't do it with fucking National Guard troops or active duty military because the Supreme Court says no. Okay,
Hmm.
we'll take those resources, move them over here where we're not going to get any legal objection to it and reallocate a larger percentage of this now gigantic private army we have essentially in ice
Hmm.
to where we want to do damage with that.
Hmm.
Like I feel
So
like it's just going to end up being a shell game in that regard.
I feel like you're probably correct. Hey, have you ever heard of this might be getting too deep, too narrow into Missouri politics in a way, or Missouri culture in a way. But have you ever heard of an area, not to be confused with the city in Missouri called Mexico, but an area of Missouri called Monexico, thus named for its high population of Latin American migrants? Have you ever heard of that before?
No, if eh, gosh, it feels like it kind of rings a deep bell somewhere, but specifically, no, it's can't think of anything. But I want to say like I feel like that's reminiscent of places that were involved in the poultry production and shit.
So no,
Because
actually,
like Tyson
Monexico.
has had sorry, go ahead.
Uh, I'm gonna pull you. I'm gonna pull it back. Monexico
Yeah,
actually is a derogatory name that's given to Monette, Missouri.
mm,
And when you're talking
oh,
about states that are not going to put up a
okay, yeah,
legal
yeah,
challenge against Donald Trump deploying the National Guard to them, you could look at Missouri, potentially an area like Monette, Missouri,
yeah,
which has
absolutely.
a Hispanic population making up about, I think, is a little bit less than a third of the
Yeah,
population of Monette
which
is Hispanic.
that actually does tie in exactly to what I was talking about. Like there's Tyson manufacturing facilities in and around that area. My mom
Mm,
worked in a Tyson facility when I was a kid, not too far from the Monette area. And yeah, Monette itself was involved in that. Like there were poultry plants and shit there.
mhm.
And like as far back as I can remember, it's like a tradition for fucking those Tyson or whoever plants to get raided, round up a few
Yep.
illegal workers. Tyson gets a little slap on the wrist, rinse, repeat, yada yada yada.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
like it's just a tiny little cost of doing business for Tyson. Like it's less than they pay for fucking antibiotics for the chickens on a yearly basis.
Oh yeah. Oh
To
god,
to the
infinitely less.
point where it's factored into their annual cost, like what they're gonna end up paying in fines for these periodic little illegal immigrant raids.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I've been saying for as long as I've been old enough to consider this as even a topic, if you want to fucking solve that problem, why are you just going after the fucking raiding, pulling the people out of these, pulling the immigrants out and punishing them and giving Tyson a little slap on the wrist? If you want to solve the problem, fucking go after Tyson and
Yeah.
like you
Mhm,
could solve that in fucking a fortnight. You
mhm.
cut off the companies, you put some real fucking teeth into anything you're doing against the company, man, that shit changes real fucking quick.
Even better than that,
And
you work with the company that has employed a full-time tax-paying member of society to give that tax-paying member of our society a legal pathway to citizenship, and suddenly they're afforded all the rights and wages that they
all
should
the
be.
fucking better.
But,
All
you
the fucking better.
know, you know, um,
And yeah, if ifs and buts were candies and nuts, like
right, right, right.
that's some beautiful fucking pipe dream. I'm just saying, like even yeah, yeah.
Even in the shrewd
Yeah,
way,
like
like even in an in another shrewd way too, just force them to have to raise their wages, and then suddenly those jobs are more attractive to people that are not illegally in this country. even though it's a lot of these like chicken processing plant jobs are fucking shit. If people are getting paid
It's
good
fucking
wages
terrible
for them,
work,
they'll
but
show up to apply. It's just the nature of work. So the nature of needing money to feed your family. But you pay people shit, and suddenly you open up a very easy justification for you, as a corporate entity in your corporate pathology, in your corporate psychology, to hire illegals.
yeah,
Gonna pay them
to
shit
chase
anyways.
that cheaper labor force,
Mhm.
which they're trying largely and will be succeeding more and more with each passing year,
Yeah.
automate all of those processes and cut the human factor out of that entirely,
Mhm.
which is going to be a fucking bumpy transition to dehumanize a lot of low paying but accessible labor pools
Yeah,
globally
Ray
for these.
Kurzweil didn't spend a whole lot of time in the singularity as near talking about the human suffering cost that's going to take to get us between where we're at now and the Matrix.
Yeah, yeah. And in his defense, it's nobody's first concern, typically.
Generally,
Nobody's first
no.
concern is what happens to the fucking poor people.
Especially not the
Uh,
poor brown people. Like,
yeah, especially not those poor brown people in remote and scary parts of the world. Yeah, we don't talk about Bruno.
no, fuck that. No, no.
We don't talk about Bruno.
So yeah, pull back to
Oh.
Trump's justifications again for, or his reasoning for wanting to maybe, I don't know, cover up something that's going on. This Supreme Court preliminary ruling, it l- generally, like 99% of the time, indicates what they're actually going to do. Um, uh, but this preliminary ruling is, yeah, kind of forcing Trump's hand a little bit, at least on the National Guard deployment side of his ICE endeavors. Um, there's again, another reason, again, for maybe wanting to distract the American public with a grand war of our, well, to reclaim our goods, our resources,
Yes,
uh
our oil that
our
Venezuela
oil.
stole from us and stuck underneath their country.
Oh, god.
How
Ugh,
dare they, those scams?
fucking assholes. But the economy, as we said, looks like absolute shit. Trump administration actively interfering with the release of accurate economic
Mm.
statistics from data gathered by the federal government, job statistics, inflation. Just it's suppressed. It is withheld
Yeah,
inside of the Trump administration machine.
yeah.
um, and like I said, before, a recession is named by economists. Deleterious economic conditions are determined by economists, and economists, like half of
So
them
is it
are
gonna be like
like,
their COVID strategy where if you just don't take that data in and it's not happening,
mhm.
we just ignore all the CDC data, say that this thing doesn't mean at all what they say, it means the opposite of that.
Nine out
Profit,
of 10,
right?
9 out of 10 doctors agree that we don't quite have enough information to determine if COVID is really a problem for people that are gathered in close proximity indoors without masks. Like, we don't quite
Yep.
have enough data for that. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
no, that's exactly it. Yeah, 100%. Um,
Mhm.
so let's
Back
see. Yeah,
in the game.
economy looks like complete shit. Covered that. So okay, yeah.
Mhm,
Epstein files right now. Another
mhm,
reason
mhm.
again for Donald Trump to try to distract from all this is the Epstein files just look worse and worse for Donald Trump. As we said earlier in this recording, it seems more and more like, you know. Epstein could be the Robin to Trump's Batman for all we know in all of this. This his billionaire benefactor that uh,
Yeah.
taught him the ways of starting his own pageants for teen girls to potentially prey upon.
No, I mean, as much as it's kinda I don't think that's the case with Trump at all. I don't think he is the mastermind of anything. Like, he is just pure avarice and ego and greed and narcissism and impulse. Like, Epstein, as disgusting and gross as he is, was also, in all likelihood, much more calculating than Trump has any possibility of ever being. Like, that he is just so easily manipulated and used for
Mhm,
all the fucking bluster. Like, of course, he's gonna fall for every fucking honeypot that Putin or Mossad or whoever lays out in front of him because he's a
mhm,
fucking idiot who's never known any repercussions for anything negative that he's ever done. And yeah, that's all it boils down to. He's a disgusting moral cesspool who's never been told no, never faced consequences. So yeah, he's gonna fall for the honeypot, and it's never gonna bother him. And in fact, it's gonna work out in his favor in the short term in all these instances when he does do these horrible things, when he takes these honeypots. Oh, all of a sudden, these failing businesses and horrible decisions that I've made are now turning out in my favor because all this Russian money flowing in and all I've gone from the most indebted underwater financially man on the planet to just fucking being lousy with money now.
mhm.
Through no fucking sort of financial wisdom, just all the while, this whole time, failing upward in the biggest, most historical fashion of all time. It's gotta be.
I don't know that I could have summed it up any better at all. I mean, that's yeah, I think that puts a fucking bow on it.
Oh,
Um, the last I will say though, there was one other on the list. There's one other thing that Trump could be trying to
mm,
distract from, which I think is actually more of an underlying background noise that kind of supports the urgency for this kind of activity, and that's the electoral GOP flight.
mm,
Just more resignations piling up, people that are leaving, such as MTG, growing more and more willing to speak up against Trump on some
mhm,
things, though
mhm.
generally agreeing with the
Boebert.
direction that he's taking us. Bobert also,
Bobo's been, coming out kind of firing, lately.
yeah, yeah. The leopards will not only eat your face, but they will eat their own faces too.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
as Vanity Fair has shown us in their close up images, and and
Okay,
I
what
don't
are
know,
they gonna
like
do? How are they gonna fucking, fight that? Because it's a fucking picture. A picture doesn't lie.
it's
It
fucking
is what it
explicit.
is.
And not
It's
only is
fucking
it
high definition real life right in your face right there. I mean,
not
granted,
only
it is
is it
all choices by those fucking photographers, but it's still fucking reality.
not only is it just a picture that is only doctored as much as any other image of any other politician would be, just maybe with a little bit more
Exactly.
zoom. Uh, um, well, like, yeah, it's already out there. What are you gonna do
Yeah, yeah,
now?
yeah.
Once it's out, you gonna Streisand that shit? Like, that works
Yeah,
so
I mean,
well
you can
every
sue
time,
the,
right?
photographer, and you can sue Vanity Fair, which I'm sure there's some financial wrecking ball heading their way, but it's not like they're, like Harvard and take it any amount of government money, so there's no influence over Vanity Fair other than, like, I don't even know. I don't even know what. authority they could exert other than just getting real fucking dark and
Hmm.
violent.
Hmm. I mean, dark and violent is as much as just like
On the
belligerent
table.
and stupid is part of the status quo for this administration. Dark and violent is obviously there too, between Epstein,
Yeah.
between the abductions with ICE, and Venezuela, which I think the numbers show that there were as many as 40 or more civilians killed. Um, which who knows? That's
Oh,
just
wait. I mean, that
that's
seems like
one
a
of the numbers I've
lowball
seen.
number watching fucking a handful of planes go over a city fucking strafing some targets. Like,
Right, right. And Caracas isn't fucking listen, Caracas isn't Monet. They've
there's
got
a
a lot of people in
population density there.
there's a
There's a
lot of people
fucking
there.
population density.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Uh,
ain't fucking Monet.
so, again, like all these things though, Jack Smith testimony, ICE, Supreme Court pulling back on pushing back on the National Guard deployment, the economy that's complete shit, Epstein files, the GOP just falling apart electorally. You know, y- what do
Gas
you
might get
have?
cheaper. Gas might get cheaper for a little while. And again, that fucking your Tesla stocks might do continue doing good. Your Bitcoins are gonna be great, and gas is gonna be cheaper. Hey, did you notice the gas is probably gonna be cheaper? So you can probably
It'll be interesting to see on the gas thing. I bet they do something outside. Like, okay, so we were gonna watch the video, the press conference. That's what I was gonna let guide the podcast, but we kind of just did our own thing, which is totally
well,
fine.
we fucked
It's an
that, didn't we?
hour. It's an hour long, so we're not doing that shit now. But in that, he talks about, hey, we're gonna rebuild the oil infrastructure in Venezuela. I don't think the gas
Yeah.
cost drops when, even though you've got this increased supply, you haven't got the ability to tap into it for years. So if the gas
Well,
price
exactly, and
drops,
it's
look for some sneaky fucking shit, some fucking subsidy, some corporate
yeah.
subsidy that's pushed out, that's also encouraging gas companies to drop the price
Oh,
by
oh,
20 cents or something a gallon.
we didn't touch on this at all. But speaking of fucking sneaky subsidies, the little Patriot check or whatever it is that we send all our
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
military, a shitload of these dipshits are gonna take this at face value, and all the fucking Fox, CBS viewers that are the real target audience of that maneuver are gonna take at fucking face value,
Hmm.
even though it's coming from monies that were already allocated toward those same troops. They're getting the same amount of money given to them, but now they have to pay taxes on that money given to them because it's not going directly into their housing benefit where it should have been, where it got pulled away from to be given back to them as this little check that now they have to pay income taxes on.
Well, if the king doesn't levy a tax on it, how does he get his cut?
Exactly.
Fuck.
We can't just pay for these troops housing subsidies without letting
Fuck
Donald Trump
that.
get a cut.
Pay for
Like,
subsidies? That sounds like an entitlement program, and you sound like a gay
exactly.
liberal.
Fucking commies.
Yeah,
Our
yeah,
fucking troops need to just fucking pull up their bootstraps and quit handing out putting their hand out to Uncle Sam.
it's true. It's
Why
true.
do these troops think that Uncle Sam should be giving them money?
Yeah, these were the trans troops that we needed to kick out of the military. Thank you, Pete Hegseth.
Exactly.
Every,
Exactly.
every one of them.
Anybody who complains about this is a fucking woke ass trans troop,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
they're not real military. Our real military care about that 1776 troop or check.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It.
They're legit. They're not questioning it.
Yeah, no, no. They take the money and they love it, and they pay the taxes
Yeah.
because they love to pay taxes. They love to pay
Exactly.
taxes.
Yeah. all of the fucking right wing fucking they all have to pay taxes.
Well, paying
Libertarians, they
taxes.
love paying those taxes.
Listen, if you make less than, I don't know, let's call it $70,000 a year, paying taxes is your patriotic duty.
It really is.
And it gets
Yeah.
less important as you go up from there.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, totally. But if you're in that like 70 to $250,000 range, yeah, you really need to be paying a lot more
Oh,
taxes.
you need to pay a lot more taxes.
A lot more.
A lot more taxes.
Beyond that, no, you're hey, take a load off, buddy. You've been paying too much for a while.
But I'll tell you this right now, if you pay less than if you make less than $70,000 and you think you shouldn't pay taxes, when the system only keeps you alive because you're a broke bitch, you are sadly mistaken, sir. Sadly mistaken.
Yeah.
The entitlement programs exist because you're a broke bitch. You have to pay taxes. Sorry. The liberal deep state has has kept Snap funded for a little
Which
while
makes it
longer.
bad?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, it makes it woke and gay.
Oh. Well, that's bad. Woke and
That's
gay is
really
bad, right?
woke and gay is the worst.
That's
Um,
bad. That's woke and bad.
it's real bad. It's woke and
Y
bad.
y your dog's gay. Your dog's woke and gay.
Ah, man. I don't know what else to say about this Venezuela situation outside of also
Jesus,
it's
stupid.
another expansion of the expression rather of the and expansion I guess potentially of the unitary executive theory in action here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
We don't need no congressional approval for shit like that.
yeah, fuck
We are
Congress.
we are concentrating all of that power at the head of state.
Yep,
It just so happens to be Donald Trump right now.
yep. And
And the next person that comes along who is more dedicated to the particular cause being advanced is going to be able to really use that unitary executive power to some really great effect.
well, sir, you advance the cause with JD Vance.
Mm.
Hmm.
Advance the cause.
With
Oh, you
yeah.
advance the cause. Oh shit, that just wrote itself.
Yep, yep, yes, sir. I am actually a marketing super genius, which means I'm evil, actually. Uh
Yeah. Yep. Well, you should just take Bill Hicks's advice and go eat a shotgun.
wow, that's a callback actually too. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but I calls them like I sees them.
Well,
Honestly, I hate to say it also because I have a tad bit of marketing genius to me too. So see you on the other side. See you in Valhalla, brother.
with Uhtred of Bebbenberg. Sorry. Been watching Last
Uh,
Kingdom recently. Uh
oh, I was just like fucking dunking on what's his butt, Cash,
yeah, yeah.
talking about Valhalla. Like, oh god, that just this
Cash
shit
is
would all be so fucking funny if it wasn't so fucking painful.
Cash Money is so cringy, dude. It
They've been
is
hiding him away for a
incredible.
while, haven't they? Like, you haven't seen that dipshit in front of a camera in a bit.
Like, he's too busy with his fucking nose in the goddamn Epstein files trying to get Trump's name out of there, man. You think he's at
Woo.
a desk with the rest of the
Eh,
FBI agents doing that grunt work because he's a little bitch. I mean,
yeah,
that's just
working
where
hard.
that's where he's at.
Yeah, big time.
Stephen Miller's fucking pushing his nose into the desk every day and stealing his fucking milk money. Like
He's pushing his nose into something, and I'm not even going to continue with that because it was going to get gross and weird, and I didn't
I'm
even
gonna
want to go there. But
come.
yeah, that's the ticket. You got the right idea. Ew.
uh,
Oh, sorry.
so, man,
Oh, I just roast myself out even. Uh, that train of thought went way too hard and fast. Ugh.
They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we.
God, a simpler time, eh? A simpler fucking time. Pepperidge
So,
Farm remembers.
you got anything you wanna leave us on here at the end of our day one of the
Oh boy.
Venezuelan war? What do they even call this?
Oh
I
yeah.
will say there was one thing I did want to mention really quick was I really found it funny how they put all this emphasis, especially when Trump did his little interview on Fox before the press conference, which was cute. But lots of emphasis on calling this a legal enforcement action that was
Totally legal.
supported
Totally cool.
by well it's a law enforcement action that is supported by the military. It wasn't a military
Uh-huh.
invasion of
Uh-huh.
Venezuela. It was a
Yes, it was supported by the military and the CIA. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
the military blowing shit up in a support role. uh,
Yeah, it was like an artist using the whole fucking featuring so and so thing to avoid
mhm,
fucking dishing out royalties and
mhm.
shit. Like, yeah, it seems a little fucky, doesn't it?
It,
Seems a little fucking weird.
again, they're pushing there. It's a continual pushing of the boundaries of these AUMFs, and because frankly,
Yeah.
if the AUMF for again authorization of the use
Authorization
of
to use the military force. Yeah.
military force for the Middle East in response to 9/11
Yeah.
can be used to blow people up without any due process or
Uh
identification
huh.
in the
Uh huh.
Pacific
In the
Ocean
fucking Caribbean, or yeah.
or in the Caribbean, either one, because they've done both. You know, it kind of can be used to justify literally killing anyone, period, ever, period, anywhere, period. Like,
On
what the
American
fuck?
soil. Period. Yes.
I mean, we showed up to the No
Yeah.
Kings protests. We are
Scariest
terrorists.
like Antifa. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
exactly what I was gonna say. It's. I mean, that's they've done that. They've proven that they are more than willing to call American citizens terrorist if they can link them to Antifa, which
Mhm.
again is being against fascism.
Mhm.
Antifa, by definition, by what the words fucking mean, anti-fascism, which used to be a bad thing. Fascism used to be something that we generally frowned on
And well, and
as a
it's and
society.
it's and it is an identifier in the same way as somebody saying like, "Oh, I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual," is. Like, there's no organized group, there's no leader of this cause, there's no
Yeah,
like
yeah,
specific literature that you indoctrinate other people with. You, I mean,
yeah. Go
I don't
blow up
know.
that Antifa headquarters building. I dare you.
Yeah, exactly,
Go take
exactly.
out the Antifa fucking hive mind headquarter, Cobra Commander fucking base. Like, go get them.
Like at its root, being Antifa is as it just as bland, really, as bland, banal, and default a position.
It's
At,
as American as you could fucking be. It's
Mhm.
the at the heart of fucking or democratic ideals, which
S-
should theoretically run as counter to fascism as possible. I mean,
certainly in the mythology that we have built up since World War II and reinforced through the Cold War. So I mean,
about
absolutely,
what our American ideals in
yeah,
theory
we've
are.
been
Yada
selling everybody that shit in our culture for
yada.
80 fucking years.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So
You
I,
are absolutely not wrong there. And yeah, it's well, I guess we're finding out right now what that mythology is worth.
Jack fucking dick squat.
Yeah, got your Camelot right here.
Fucking worth
One
nothing.
Camelot for sale. Fucking yeah.
Well, yeah. Any last thoughts? Sorry, I kind of interrupted there with that.
No. That's the nature of what we do here. It's just fucking a bunch of interrupting each other and
Mhm.
organic fucking. Hopefully, nuggets of brilliance popping out every now and again.
One or two, surely one or two.
Hopefully, hopefully, at best. No, I mean, fucking guys, we got to keep our head up and we got to be ready to fucking. Again, I keep. It's the only thing that we can cling to at this point and hope for is that not all is lost yet, and there's still a chance to fucking end this shit before it goes to fucking final solution where this shit could fucking go. Like
Mhm.
it could still get a lot fucking darker than where it is right now. As
Yeah.
unfathomable as that's excuse me. That's- Wait, there's another one. Thank you.
They travel in
They
packs.
always come in pairs. Yeah, that's a genetic trait. Everybody has a general predisposed number of times that they sneeze in sequences.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an odd little recessive genetic trait.
It's genetic and it's not like behavioral copying.
Nope. You could
Interesting.
plot it out on a little Punnett square as
That's
far as
interesting. I thought that
how
that
it
was
comes.
purely a
It is
nurture out of nature.
oddly. You would expect so. You would expect so, but it's oddly much more of a direct genetic linkage.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anywho, where were we going with that?
Oh, you were talking about something or the other.
Who cares? It was probably dumb. Probably some stupid bullshit.
Sorry, that really got me. Oh fuck.
I'm glad we got a laugh. Yay.
Oh Jesus. Oh, I think we got a few good laughs in this one. Actually, this was a
Hope-
really, this is a really
Hopeful,
good session, man. This is a good one.
hopefully. Fuck.
Fucking a.
Yep. Well, what do you got?
Uh,
What nuggets of wisdom do you want to leave with
oh, dude, I don't know, man. The dream is dead. Any consideration of Trump's stupidity holding him back from invading other countries because he's like not sure and he's posturing all the time and he's just fucking selling wolf tickets. That's all completely thrown out the window. He will do anything to anyone at any time if it's within his power, even maybe if it's not, to enrich himself and his fucking billionaire elite pedophile cronies. He doesn't give a fuck about you. He doesn't give a fuck about any of his voters. He doesn't give a fuck about anything other than enriching himself all the way up until the moment where he
and
fucking
fucking his
dies.
daughter?
And fucking presumably fucking maybe and all the way up until the
There's no,
moment.
you fucking know that.
I mean,
He wants to fuck his daughter.
if he hasn't, he certainly I could not
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I couldn't deny the idea that he has probably it is probably an
Tempted it
expression of his sexual perversion goes in that direction of finding mimics for his
100%.
daughter.
That is documented.
Um, but the pictures, man, the pictures are creepy as fuck. But yeah, he will do anything at any time to not only enrich a pedophile elite cabal, but protect them from any sort of oversight or legal recourse or anything that could aid any sort of victim of these horrendous crimes in finding justice in this world. He's a heinous piece of shit. He should be shunned everywhere he goes for the rest of his life. His kids should be shunned everywhere they go for the rest of their lives. For the ones that are part of his administration that fucking participate in this just heinous activity, Pete Hegseth, Cash Patel,
His name
JD
should be
Vance,
synonymous with that. His
every
name should go down throughout the annals of what is left of human history, synonymous to the most morally reprehensible shit that can be done,
100%
which is
all the way down.
where we are at. Like, if I don't know what in anyone's book is more morally reprehensible than sexually taking advantage of children. I feel like that's scraping the bottom of the barrel or getting real close to it.
I don't know, killing
But
them
his
after, like I don't
yeah,
know, like
all of it, yeah. I mean, Jesus,
like I
is
don't
that
know.
even? Fuck, you could almost argue that's a mercy at that point.
I know,
Than
right?
leaving such a moral, such a fucking broken human being after that. Like, that has to live
Definitely
with
the
being that. It's yeah. It's the fact that we even have to fucking cut this hair is just speaks to how disgusting and depraved that is, and that should be the fucking albatross around his neck. That should be the fucking legacy of the name Trump,
you know
is that
that
right there. Like,
we had a lot of years leading up to the invasion in Iraq, leading up to 9/11, of a certain conservative right that was apoplectic about any sort of what they saw as perversion, whether it was a gay person that happened to be on a TV show, whether it was some curse words on a fucking album, whatever the case may be. I think honestly, you should harness the same fucking energy that they had for those things that really didn't fucking hurt anybody and were in fact probably good things, and use the same fucking like be a mirror of that same energy back at these deplorable, horrific pieces of shit.
use
They're
that energy to fucking protect children that at that time in history were actively being trafficked and abducted and all of this shit. It's not like that wasn't like it was impossible to find. All you had to do was go to every fucking truck stop up and down I-44 and find this shit in real life. It was
Mhm,
all just out there. You
mhm,
could have spent that time and energy actually fucking going to where that shit was
mhm.
and putting real law enforcement and fucking just awareness
I mean,
slash
they fucking
whatever to the
they
actual
proved
issue. Like,
they proved with this shit that they can do if they know that somebody is creates and disseminates child porn or disseminates child prostitutes for the for the whims of the wealthy or the non. Also, I mean, I don't fucking care which economic class you belong to participating in
yeah,
this kind of crime. If they know that that person exists, they have already demonstrated that they can, if they wanted to, swoop in and snatch that motherfucker and take them to court and prison immediately, because they literally just did it to the president of Venezuela
yeah.
in a night. In a night. And you don't have to bomb people usually to pick up child predators. So if they cared about child predators, they could fucking handle this shit. If they cared about that shit,
If they
all
cared
this
about
shit would have
child
already been handled.
predators, you wouldn't have to have fucking reality TV shows where some fucking TV host is out there actively setting up people and
Mhm.
catching child predators in the act, trying to go and get underage fucking
Right.
children regardless. Like
Yeah, you would have to watch Chris
that
Hansen work with
exactly.
the worst student actors you've ever seen in your life, trying to lure pedophiles into a house so they can get them to for a sit down
Yeah.
interview before they're snatched up by the cops.
Yeah, that wouldn't exist in the absence of fucking actual law enforcement agencies doing their job and putting adequate fucking resources towards fucking helping these kids that are banding and whatever, however they end up in these awful situations, like having
Mhm.
resources there for these children themselves and not just like thinking of them as a byproduct of this system or a victim of this system. They're fucking people.
They're
Like,
yep.
set up resources to help these fucking people that are unwittingly in this situation. Like, there's a million ways that this could have been being solved at a fucking pittance,
Mhm.
relatively.
Mhm.
Like, all of this shit that we're talking about could be being done with fucking just minuscule amounts of money, relatively.
Mhm.
Less than we're spending on a half dozen F-35 fighter jets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Like it's just like Elon Musk could use his money to solve world hunger. He could also probably do it to solve fucking world
Fucking pure
wide sex
malaria,
trafficking
you
rings.
name it.
Yeah, like it could be.
Or, yeah, actually destroy child, sex rings globally, or you name it. Yeah.
I'll certainly say this: if we're supposed to believe that these altruistic, wonderful Batman-esque billionaires wake up at 4 o'clock every morning after going to sleep at 1 o'clock just before to work their ass off day in and day out to enrich themselves
Yep.
by
That's why they're
building
billionaires.
massive companies and whatever, if that's what they read 8 books a day, they jerk off twice, they go to the gym for 4 hours, and they build the best companies you've ever seen. If that's what they do all day, if they spent a week, they could eliminate child sex trafficking, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Easy peasy.
presumably the means are there if people gave a fuck. If the people that had those means gave a fuck,
And they don't.
and they don't, and they don't. But that's
Cue Ron Howard voice there.
But that I don't know. That's just where I've come down on all this shit. Admittedly, through the holiday season, just like most people, I was still watching the news and consuming that kind of stuff, but it had taken a little bit of a back seat compared to some other stuff coming up in my life because whatever,
Yeah,
family time and
absolutely. Because we have
whatever,
life and
all that
we
shit.
shouldn't be fucking dealing with this shit fucking constantly and dealing with this fresh hell every fucking day of, oh, it's Christmas, and we're bombing fucking targets in Nigeria, or like, Jesus Christ, man, why is that something we fucking have to worry about right now? Like,
Yeah, I think Donald Trump's bombed 7 countries so far. He's stopped
yeah,
8 wars, but he's bombed 7 countries. So he's one up right now, I guess. Uh,
yeah, yeah. He's a net negative on the war,
but
so he's doing good. He's good.
after sticking my head back up out of the sand a little bit after the holidays and whatever, all I've come up with before this shit happened today is just abject disgust. I am disgusted. I not just with Donald Trump,
Yeah,
but also with
with
Democrats
our
that have
country is
perpetrated this
everything.
shit
I
with
have
all of it.
never
Yeah,
been,
yeah.
even through all of this, I've never been as ashamed to be. I've never been ashamed to be an American, even with Donald Trump. Like, but now something is just so. This is such a game changer in some way.
Mhm. Mhm.
Something just feels so, one, the depravity of it, like
Mhm.
just the pure, blatant, naked corruption of it just feels grotesque and depraved and fucking gratuitous.
It's just
Like,
like Stephen Miller rubbing.
gratuitously fucking corrupt and grotesque. Like,
Mm.
especially because Stephen Miller, like, Yeah.
Well, it's just like I was saying before. Stephen Miller, fucking runs up on Cash Patel and rubs his nose into the desk while he's trying to redact Trump's name from the Epstein files and steals his fucking lunch money. They're rubbing our fucking faces in it, man. They're rubbing
Yeah.
our fucking faces in it. You know, and I don't know. And
Do the Alex Jones.
all the while, you've got also like literally, we're without congressional authority, without a declaration of war, invading a sovereign country to take somebody out of it and extradite them to a court in the United States, not to an international court, an international criminal court, but a court in the United States, right? Do all that, and at the same time, the same people that are talking about how awesome this shit is, how cool it is that Donald Trump did that on Fox News, these same motherfuckers are the ones that are apoplectic about Zoran Mamdani using the word collective.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck right clean off with that. Oh my god. Pissed off that he used that that choice of words
Mhm.
when we're fucking invading a country and straight up stating outright that we are stealing their oil.
Mhm.
You're gonna be pissed off at that?
Mhm.
Sweet, read the fucking room, people. Jesus,
And
like
so that's that, and that's just it. Like I'm just so I'm not even mad anymore. I am viscerally disgusted at how at
everything
all of
about this feels grotesque. The lack of fucking response thus far feels grotesque. I was gonna say that I will give much credit where it's due, even though he is the most bland ass milquetoast corporatist fucking Democrat out there in the world. Tim Kaine, first thing this morning, came out guns blazing and absolutely said this, forcibly said this is an absolutely illegal act. This is an illegal war. Like Tim
Mhm.
Kaine came out and was like straight up put this shit down.
Mhm. Mhm.
Early this morning, like this is after you texted me initially, which is right about the time I was kind of getting up and going. I hopped in the car to go grab some breakfast and was listening to NPR, and he was being interviewed, and he was just vehement that everything about this was illegal because bypass Congress, AUMF, yada 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 yada,
Mhm.
and but in no uncertain terms made it absolutely clear that this was an illegal act by the administration.
Well,
You know,
and it's another
and
expression
that
of them subverting any due process, any sort of like legal process that has to be undertaken in order to, as what they're
right.
claiming, enforce the law in this way, right? If you don't have congressional authority, you don't get to invade foreign countries and snatch people the fuck up. That's just the
You do
fucking way
now
it's supposed
because
to work.
Congress is going to
Yeah.
go along with whatever you were going to do anyway. So yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
that's the new fucking doctrine. That's the new world order.
The Don Rowe doctrine. I think he literally jokes about that in his fucking in his press
I've
conference.
heard that shit. God damn it, that is the dumbest fucking.
Yeah.
It's all so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Everything that's happening is so fucking stupid. How did the dumbest fucking motherfuckers on the fucking planet elevate themselves into these situations?
It's because they're not dumb, but
Because
they're
it's
lame. There's a difference. They're not dumb, they're
there's a lot of dumb
lame.
involved. There's that as well, and there's a lot of really, really remarkably clever and evil and lame, but there's
Pam
also a
Bondi.
lot of fucking dumb up there too. Yeah, Pam's a lot of probably not dumb, but
But
definitely fucking
remarkably
evil.
clever and evil and
And
does not care.
remarkably
Does
clever,
not
and
care
yeah,
if people think that she's dumb. Loves it, in fact.
insanely, yeah, couldn't care. She revels in that shit.
Yeah.
Revels in it. But there's some genuine fucking stupid in there too.
Hmm.
Fair cash. Dum-dum. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's why he's doing the grunt work at the desk,
Oh.
man. That's why everybody else got to go home for the holidays, but Cash Patel had to work through Christmas.
And they didn't even have a blouse that fit him right. It's a shame. Without a properly fitting blouse.
He's just muttering all day game blouses to himself to try to keep to try to stay motivated. Blouses are gonna win at the end.
Did you go purify yourselves in the waters of Lake Minnetonka?
Oh fuck.
Bunch of fucking dum-dums.